want you in the street. Cause that's the type of world we live in, baby. It's not the sparkly stuff that you go online and tweet. Bastards keep their social distance. I try to shout it from the rooftops, but no one ever seems to wait.
Well, hello everybody, you wonderful mother truckers, you, and welcome to another live stream. So I'll quickly say hello to Mike J and Sadako. We've had a very interesting discussion on who to vote for, whether we're going to vote for Dracula or Frankenstein. And I've just noticed Archie Collins just popped in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So 4th of July then, our Independence Day. Well, it was a shock. It was a surprise. No one was expecting old Rishi to come out and do that. And, well, it's given the pundits something to talk about for the next 6 weeks. We're going to be bombarded for the next 6 weeks with promises, lies, and God knows what else. Welcome, Jeff Smith. Thanks for joining us, mate. We are going to have, shall we say, an interesting time. And what makes it even better is we're screwed no matter who we vote for. And that is the frightening thing about it. We are now literally between a rock and a hard place. We either stick with what we've got, or we vote in the other idiots who are just worse, but it'll be the same. Now, everybody goes, oh, yeah, but you've got other choices. We really haven't. As much as we'd love to have another choice, we haven't. Reform aren't going to do very, very well. They can jump up and down and celebrate and, oh, we did really well in the local elections. You didn't. You didn't get anywhere. You didn't get a seat. And as long as Richard Tice is in charge, forget it. So there is no options. I mean, the whole system, let's be brutally honest, has been rigged from the get-go. You either get it, with first past the post, it's either going to be Conservative or Labour. And because we have no alternative, we are now in a situation where we don't know what to do for the best. Now, I've been saying I was calling it for October. I knew it was going to be before the US elections in November. This kind of caught me out. And, and as I said, it caught a hell of a lot of other people out. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty of things, what we have to say is the question is, why now? Obviously, everybody's going, oh, why now? Why the 4th of July? Why is he doing it? Now, personally, and this is just me personally, although I know other people are thinking the same, Rishi, the dictator, remember the person that we didn't actually vote for, that all is in, knows something bad is coming. Now, it hasn't been missed by many people. Quite a lot of people may have seen it because it wasn't made publicly aware so much. But on the same day that he comes out to announce a general election, in the morning, the government's website runs a campaign called Are You Prepared? You can go on the government's website and you can see it. And it's asking the question, are you prepared for any natural disaster that may befall the UK? I can't remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you can't, the last major natural disaster that caused massive loss of life in the UK. The only other thing is flooding, but that's what happens when A, you build new houses on floodplains, or B, you're too rich and too stupid to buy a house next to a fucking river. And it specifically says to make sure you stockpile 3 days worth of food. Exactly 3 days worth of food. That was in the morning. In the afternoon, we have a general election called, a snap one that completely surprised everyone. No one saw it coming. No one. There was rumours on that day. No, that wasn't a natural disaster. That was just see how far they could control us. Yeah, I don't think that was a natural disaster at all. It was a man-made one, and it was blown out of proportion just to see how stupid we really are. And too many people went along with it. So, when it comes to why the 4th of July, yeah, votes on the 4th, new COVID on the 5th. Well, in reality, if you look at it, and you look at it rightly, it isn't long after the general election before they break up for their summer holidays. Just think about that. And also, if there was going to be a new coup variant, surely it'll be before the election so we can get the postal votes in. Not that that'll make much difference. So a lot of people, when they're saying, oh, why, what's going on? Isn't it a bit weird about the timings? I mean, it might just be me. I mean, it might just literally be a timing issue, but there's something not quite right. Now, I was discussing it with my wise mother, and we were having a good conversation on the phone, and she's already decided she's voting Conservative. Not because she believes in them, but because she doesn't want to vote Labour, because Labour will screw us over. And we have to understand that, because they will. I've been saying for a while now, if you think things are bad now, you wait till Labour get in. He stands up there. Sorry, my phone's going mental. I'll put it out of the way a bit. Sorry. Good old X going mental. I've been saying and warning that things are going to get bad. Really, really, really bad. Now he's come out, old Starmer, and give it all. Well, you see. There you go. I think a lot of people are going to do that. Yeah, he does. Very much so. But he came out and said, all about country and not party. Let's take our country back from chaos. Well, people want to change. Well, yeah, because if we pay attention to you and we pay attention to your policies, of which are vague and not really under the spotlight, but there will be. But the media's in your pocket because the media want this more than anything else. We're going to build loads of Milton Keynes style cities in Greenland. Right, so we're going to concrete over the country. Yeah, but it's not going to be for us, is it? It's not going to be for the indigenous white people of this country, is it? And that's what the problem is. Yes, it will change for everybody other than us. They make bold promises about, oh, you know, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but they never explain how they're going to pay for it. Now, they've come and said, well, we might put a bit of tax on business. So they're going to destroy small businesses. Basically, and I know Simon Sideways said this in his video today, and he's right. Things weren't changing quick enough. So now let's get a party in who will just throw us straight down into the pit's 7th level of hell. Because remember what the Labour Party represents. Now, some people are going to go, oh, well, you're only saying it because you hate Labour. I do hate Labour, but I also don't like the Conservatives. But I also am being a realist here. We're screwed either way. I'm still going to maintain it with the lowest turnout in electoral history. You're lucky if 38% of people pop out. But remember that 11% of that 38% will be our brothers and sisters in Alan's snack bar. And they, of course, will vote for whoever they're told to vote for. Reform's no good. It's controlled opposition. It's led by a lunatic who is just pointless. We'll come on to the Nigel Farage bit in a moment. So we have one party who's going, stick with us. It's getting a little bit better. It kind of is at the moment, but you could vote for them. Votes on the 4th, COVID on the 5th, 1 million Adam something. Well, this is the problem. Labour, because remember it was Labour that threw the gates open initially. We'll throw it wide open. They're going to build cities. They've come out and said they're going to build cities. Yes, I have. I have watched that. And she's right. Now, I know I've been watching a lot of Paul Thorpe, which I'll be talking about again with what he's talking about. And he mentioned this, and a lot of people, oh, well, no, you can't, because she's Indian. Look, Sorella Braverman talks a lot of sense. She really genuinely does. She sees it as it is. Remember, that's why she was booted out of her position, because she wouldn't toe the line. She was saying, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, we need to do that. And they didn't want to listen. There's the very same reason why Liz Truss was destroyed by the banks, because they didn't want her. Yep. I mean, if you want to know about the acceleration of the Islamification of the United Kingdom, you vote Labour. You want your rights destroyed, vote Labour. You want your children indoctrinated and then enabled to change their gender, you vote Labour. Remember, Labour doesn't even tell you what a woman is. And it's all about, as Simon Sideways correctly said, it's about the acceleration of our destruction. So again, it brings us back to the same point. Who do we vote for? I mean, we can go down the lines of I do not consent. I am still working on that video, and I was going to bring it out, a couple of days, in a few days' time, but now because of the elections, it's changed things, so I've got to change it a bit. The second was probably the ultimate act of, yeah, it was. Absolutely. Because you've got to have been paying, if you've not been paying attention, what's been going on since Sunak got installed as leader. Remember, not even the membership had a vote, because when they gave the membership the vote, they didn't vote for him because they didn't like him. They voted for Liz Truss, and when she came out with what she was going to do, believe it or not, a lot of analysts have gone, it may have worked. But the Bank of England didn't want that. So the Bank of England screwed her over. And then also gives the Conservatives and Labour something to point at and say it was her fault. She was an idiot. She wasn't. What they were going to do may have actually worked. But the problem is it may have worked, and it may have made us successful, and it may have made us rich, and it may have made us have more money in our pocket. And that ain't allowed. Not anymore. Now, some people will go, well, what about reform? No. Richard Tice will continually sabotage reform because he's the problem. People still remember him pushing the jab. People still see him driving all the way to Ukraine. He's controlled opposition. And as long as he's in charge, and as you can see, when he keeps sacking candidates because Hope Not Hate tell him to, that's what he's there for. Reform, just like Talk TV, just like GB News, we're all there to give us false hope. We're all there to give us the belief that we could change something. And they're all nothing but lawyers. I was just going to come on to Mr. Farage. Let's talk about it. Farage, we're hoping for a nice job under Trump. I wonder what's keeping him from getting involved in the election if he had any effect on the date. Right. I have said many, many times the only person that Nigel Farage is interested in is Nigel Farage. He's never been interested in anything. He's had the opportunity. Yeah, Brexit was a great thing because it was. But he had the opportunity to lead us somewhere and he didn't. And now he has the opportunity. I knew he wasn't going to stand. Nigel Farage has chosen the United States of America over the country he allegedly thinks and says and pontificates about that he loves the most. Yeah, when there's an opportunity to show how much he loves his country, he fucks off over the ocean. He's run away and he's betrayed you. Anyone who thought he was a great guy, I knew he wasn't. You could see he's only in for his money. He's in it for himself. The banking thing was just all part of a ploy. Now, don't forget me wrong. I will always, respect Farage for sticking what he did and managed to get us the Brexit vote. Because, I mean, let's be brutally honest. We haven't really left. And it leaves it open for Starmer and co, when voted in, to put us back in the EU and punish us with more payments to punish us for leaving in the first place. It's all part of the plan. The banks wouldn't want the economy not to do well because they don't want us. It's not about them, about the economy doing well. It's about the fact that they didn't want the economy to do well so us could have more money in our pockets. And if you look what happened when they made that announcement, and you watch how the Bank of England manipulated the stock market to crash it like it did to suit them, because they wanted Rishi in. They didn't want her in. Let's get the punctuation right. It's hope not. 8. Absolutely. They did something of a breakdown of Farage's universities today. I haven't watched that yet. Starmer ready for his hammer and sickle reign. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely true. Welcome, Herman. So Farage has just run away like I knew he would. I mean, everybody's like surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked that he did what he did. He was only ever and always will only be ever interested in money. He may have had high ideals with the Brexit stuff, but he's walked away. He has gone. And even if he'd stayed, that would have raised, as I mentioned in another video, Reform's vote up to 16% by taking voters from Labour and Conservative, not from people who wouldn't vote. So it would have not changed the result. It would have just made the figures lower. So what do we do? Where do we go from here? It's a difficult one, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It really is. Because as much as we want to argue about it, yeah, the economy does do better when consumers are affluent enough to consume more, except they want us beaten down. Look at us now. They could change a lot of things right now, but they don't want to. They're liking seeing us where they want us, on our knees, struggling, having to work to survive, or having to live off the state to survive. So they have the ultimate power over us. And as for saying the economy, well, they just print money. We have all the money in the world to solve everything that we want to solve. Just look what happened during the coup. How much money we had to spend on pointless shite, to companies that robbed us blind and fucked off and took the money. We could print as much money as we needed. The furlough came out of nowhere. We had all the money for furlough. Even now, we're struggling, but we have all the money we can give to the Ukraine. Just think about that. We're committed to billions of pounds from now forever to the Ukraine while we struggle to survive. The globalists won't win, we'll lose because of the voter apathy they have encouraged. Exactly. Everything has been done on purpose for a reason. They know that Labour will win. Labour will win because we won't go out and vote. And they know that. They have destroyed the reputation of themselves to such a state that the vast majority of this country will not go out and vote. And they know this. Labour will win not because they're the best party, because the Conservatives give it to them. And it's worrying times. I mean, obviously, for the next 6 weeks, we're going to be doing a lot of talking about this. But we're in a really, really difficult situation. And I don't know the way out of it. And I know, I've got this feeling by just talking to a lot of people that I know, everybody feels the same. It's an election. Who the fuck? What do I do? What do we do? Who do we vote for? Do I bother to vote? The more I learn about the globalists, the more I learn how we ended up where we are now. Exactly, my friend. Exactly, my friend. Every single thing that's been happening for the last 40 years has led us to this point where we have been bow-beaten down to not voting, not speaking out, being frightened of what we say, how we say, what we do, who we look at, how we treat things. We've been beaten into nothing. Here in the UK, it took that long. Over in Ireland, they're getting it right now, literally dumped on them instantly. And they're pushing back. I've got a video coming up because I've had a message from a good friend over there who's just explained what the shit's going down in Dublin, which went down last night, which was horrendous. And they're fighting back. We're not. They know that they'll fight back, but they're a small in number. We were big in number. So they've took their time to crush us. So we have nothing to fight for. We won't fight. Labour will cry about the high percentage of the vote they gain, but you can bet they won't compare to how many people didn't vote. Look, Colin, the best way to put that is we'll use the London Mayor shit, okay? Over 68%, yeah, 68, nearly 70% of people didn't go and vote. When you add it into the people who didn't vote for that snake, 82% of Londoners didn't vote for him, but he's in. And that's what's going to happen. Hello, Janice. You and many, many others have absolutely no idea who to vote for. We are literally screwed. We're damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. Literally the ultimate rock and a hard place. And I think we're going to need to spend the next 6 weeks trying to come to a decision what to do. Because we're screwed when Labour get in, or we could just have more of the same with the guys we got now. It's a horrendous situation that we're all in. And as the saying goes, the vast majority of people go, fuck it, I can't be bothered. I'm not going. I used to think that Brexit was the least of partial victories, shocked the establishment. Now I wonder even how that was managed. That was where they learned not to give us a choice. And the simple truth of the matter is, we haven't actually left anything. Really. If you look at it, they were never going to let us leave. Again, now the more I look at it, the more I think that was just done to give us hope, to give us the illusion that we could actually have something that we wanted. that, yes, Colin, 82%. If you take in those people who didn't vote, actually turn out to vote, and those people who didn't vote for Sadiq Khan, it works out 82% of London didn't vote for him. From Sadako, yeah, personally, I voted Tory just because it's the last slim chance to stop Labour. Hello, Save. Yeah, just make sure it's not Labour. We might as well vote. It'll probably be the last election we have a national government. That's also distinctly possible. That's the words my mom used. You know what, son? When it all boils down to it, it's better the devil you know, I guess. And that's exactly what my mom said. She's going to vote Conservative because she doesn't want Labour, because she can see how bad Labour would be. And we are in a two-party state. No matter how much we try and think we're not, no matter how many people think we've got options, we genuinely haven't. And we have to all wake up to the fact, because until there's a definite party that is going to make inroads, which is never going to be allowed to happen. Let's be honest with ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We need to sit down and be honest now. We're in a shit state right now. We're in trouble right now. We have to admit that there's never going to be anyone other than Labour and Conservative. No matter how much we think we've got a choice, we really genuinely haven't. Labour ready to give multi-billion reparations deal for loss. Exactly. You say I do not consent, and what's the point? Because the words I do not consent mean a lot. And as I said, the video was about to be released that I've done to explain it, but I've got to change it a bit now because of the election coming. Because it threw me off as well. Is the election a prelude to announcing war with Russia? Well, this is the thing, which is what I brought up at the beginning of the stream. On the day that this was announced, in the morning, we had a "Are you prepared?" thing come up on the government websites, telling us to stockpile food. Does he know what's coming? Does he not want to be a wartime prime minister? Because, look, whether you like it or not, and whether you admit it or not, we're already fighting Russia. Some of our troops are already there because some of the weapon systems we sold can only be used by us. Story of Moses shows that even in ancient times they have understood over immigration. Correct. They are two wings of the same bird, always have been, always will be. And unfortunately, we aren't given another choice. A theory that has been raised. Yeah, I raised it as well, right at the beginning. Does he know what's coming? Are we really in trouble? There's so many connotations to this. Imagine Smarma leading the war. Wow, I wouldn't trust that guy to change a fucking light bulb, to be fair. But when we go, if we want to go down that road, we haven't got the military anymore. Our army and navy and air force is fucked. It's destroyed from inside. Again, on purpose. Everything that has happened the last 40 years, at least the last 40 years, has been done on purpose to slowly but steadily weaken us. You know, as the saying goes, you know, if you put a frog in a cup of boiling water, it'll jump straight out. If you put a frog in a cup of cold water and slowly heat it up, it'll sit there and boil to death. That's what's been happening to us in this country for years. They've slowly but steadily been turning up the heat. And now we're at a situation where we are too late, almost too late, to jump out of this pot. We're fighting Russia and the army that Iran threatened to and succeeded. Yep, exactly. That army is here now. Funny that. 26 October the 7th, it's never in a white way for the world. I don't know if we'll ever wake up for it. They don't want it. They want the forever war. Forever wars like Ukraine generates cash. I know it sounds silly, but it does. It makes the rich richer. As all wars since World War II, it's made people richer. The rich get richer. We die. That's how it works. Yep. Starmer will insist on bringing thousands of Palestinian refugees into our country. Of course he will. I mean, he went, oh, well, we're going to protect our borders with this new border force control thing. Bollocks. It's going to be fucking nothing. Exactly. We are, as a country, screwed right now. And I don't know the answer. Oh, my watch has just gone over to Amazon. Nothing important. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. At the moment, looking at the things as it is, to me, better the devil you know. I don't know. We are literally, since I changed the tack on this channel a few months ago and started to look into stuff, the more I looked into it, the more fucked we are. But the problem is, it's trying to wake people up. Yeah, just look at the payments the US government announced. Most of it remain in the US, going to military industrial complexes. Of course, war makes money. UN army replacing UK army as we speak. Distinctly possible. We'll have our European army, won't we? Why can't the same about Afghanistan? At least they can't make that country any worse. Because the biggest question, which the media doesn't bother touching, and other people don't bother touching, if their neighbours, who are Muslim, have built 8 walls between them, and they won't have them. No one in the Muslim world wants these people. Doesn't that send alarm bells ringing? I will not be there, unfortunately. I can't get the time, sadly. But I would be if I could. Genuinely, I really would. Because we all need to rise up. Well, the rabbi keeps saying the end of the world is coming, and the rabbi is right. The rabbi is wise. The rabbi is correct. We are, once this election comes, and then once they rig, and they will rig the election in America to stop Trump coming in. And if he does get in, they'll assassinate him. And mark my words, once that happens, we will be standing in front of the 7th seal of hell. And it will be rolling backwards, and the rider on the pale horse will come out, and his name will be death. Now, some people, oh yeah, being a bit over dramatic. No. Just look, pay attention. We're seriously in trouble. Labour will decimate the UK. Labour will finish us off. Labour are going to accelerate everything, and we will be doomed. We're doomed. And when Labour start doing it, people start waking up, it'll be too late. The only satisfaction we're going to get is be able to turn around and say to our friends and family who have called us every name under the sun for years, told you. They call us conspiracy theories. They call us racists. They call us bigots. They call us everything under the sun. They attack us at every opportunity. Yet everything we've said has come true. Yeah, I kind of wish. Because anyone open up the asteroid party? Because I don't know. And surely give me a glimpse of what civil war could be like. It's the worst kind. Civil wars are the worst ever. Because it literally is brother against brother. And when you sit here and you look at it and you see the situation we're in, and I don't want a civil war. Wars are not good. Trust me. They're horrible things. But if you do point it out, you'll end up in jail for hate speech, which is why it was created. Again, remember, everything has been done on purpose. Rules that were brought in for COVID, some of them never went. And they were done on purpose to control us. Remember when you had that law that you weren't allowed to gather in there at 6, but that doesn't count if it's a BLM protest, or you're waking up yet? This is the thing. We've got to wake up. We will pay for it. Yeah. Two little boys had two little toys. Sung by a guy who's in prison for paedophilia. But the song, listen to the lyrics. It's a very good song. Everything has been done by design. Everything has happened by design. And it has bowed Britain, one of the greatest, strongest, toughest, hard fighting bastards of a country, to its knees, where we will not stand up to anything anymore. Because if you do and you open your voice, you get arrested, you get called under the sun, you get ostracized by friends and family. And now we come to this situation where we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. And I just wish, ladies and gentlemen, I had the answer. It's completely planned. Of course it is. You can see that. It was more blatantly obvious with the Conservative leadership contest, where they wanted Rishi. They got Liz, so they fucking screwed her over. Big governments, globalists, banks, everybody conspired against her because they did not want her. And then you could see it was all planned, because the next time when they booted her out, they gave no one the choice to vote. And they put who was supposed to be there in the first place in place. And if you couldn't see that, I'm sorry. How much more evidence? I wish we could be more like Israel. It seems the only state we're left with a backbone. Well, was it Romania? Is okay. Poland's falling. It's falling everywhere because they don't want us to fight back. Hello, Bruce Leaf. If LIBOR get in, give up on this country. The people are beyond saving. Every man for himself. Sorry. How sad it is that we have to think like that nowadays. Genuinely. The last 1,000 odd years, one tiny little island stopped European empires. Now that island has been sufficiently subverted. Exactly. When it all boils down to it, the whole world knows there is one single country in the entire world you do not want to piss off, and that's us. Even American soldiers will tell you there's nothing better than having a British squaddy next to you, because we just don't give a shit. We just fight until there's no fight left in us. Exactly. Herman, I can't put that up because if I do, I'll get into trouble. But you're right. I homeschool and the schools are now completely controlled. Save. Respect to you, sir. Respect to you. Absolute respect. The schools are all parts of the programming, which is another reason why we have no armed forces. I mean, I've been watching Paul Thorpe, and his Unite UK is a great thing. Where it doesn't matter who you are, if you love this country, we should get together, stand together, and shout together to put aside our differences for that wonderful thing there. That should be all that matters. I mean, I'm an ex-squaddy, and I have my grievances with people from the Republic of Ireland. But I'm going to put that to one side. Because those brothers and sisters are fighting like we're not. They're not taking it lying down. They're not rolling over like we seem to want to do because we daren't say anything. Schools are more dangerous than ever. Absolutely agree. 100%. Absolutely. They want us poor, scared, desperate, and looking for them for guidance. 100%. As the tagline says, truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. But it doesn't matter how much we tell the truth. Yeah, you know that was cheeky, Herman. Yeah, Alan's snack bar advert. I'm not going to be able to put that up here. I'll get into trouble. But we're in trouble. We need. I mean, look at Ireland, and this is true. Ireland is screwed. Their government's insane. Ready? In Ireland, we fought against Sinn Féin, the IRA, and it's actually Sinn Féin that's now selling the Irish down the road. They're flogging them down the river. Those people who allegedly fought for their freedom, for their unity of Ireland, for Ireland, are now fucking Ireland over. Welcome to new feudalism. He looks that way, doesn't it, mate? Serfdom. Indeed it is. Well, yes, it's true. We have all been living next door to. It fits. I won't lie. But we're in trouble. And I wish I could give you an answer. I wish I knew an answer. I wish I knew what to do. I wish I knew what to say, where to go, how to help. But I don't know. All I am is looking down the barrel of a loaded gun. And I'm not having to pick which barrel I've got to take. Have I got to take the left barrel or the right barrel? Have I got to take the barrel that's got Labour written on it or the barrel that's got Conservative on it? Because I'm going to get a face full of fucking shit, no matter which one I pick. Except one is loaded with, as Conservatives, with salt that's going to sting a bit. Or I've got Labour that's loaded with hot lead that's going to hurt and kill me. What do you do? Ireland is screwed because they mandated 30% of women. Well, exactly. It's true. So we go, be sexist. It's not. It's not. It's not sexist at all. They're doing everything to make sure. I mean, come on, look, I live in Solihull. Yeah? I've just been given a Muslim Lord Mayor. I never voted. None of us did. And then it turns out that someone who looks just like a bleeding sister is now the Lord Mayor in Sandwell. They're putting them in positions of power. Both barrels are loaded with Tony Blair. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Can I find a cave and get suspended for 500 years at least? My kids to meet Wilma Deering. Well, that'd be well worth waking up for, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Archer? I 100% back that. Starmer will try and get us back in the EU. Absolutely. And help with their fascist army. Correct. 100%. Cannibals have rights too. Indeed, they do. I just don't know. God bless Lycra. Yeah, indeed. That's an image in my head now. As I said, the 4th of July, Independence Day. I mean, even that, are they taking the fucking piss? They pick Independence Day to announce the election. Independence from fucking what exactly? I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen who are watching and in the chat. I don't know what can we do? They left the cannibals. They always eat themselves. Absolutely. Yes, they did. When Dunblane happened and they banned our firearms, everyone, oh, yes, that's the right thing to do. What you got to defend yourself with now, ladies and gentlemen? Because the bad guys still got guns. People are getting shot all the time. We just went back to the medieval times and used bladed weapons instead. Exactly, mate. If everyone stopped paying taxes, this would all stop. But we can't, because they just take it off you whether you like it or not. That's a very all-day aliens appeared. Very symbolic. Absolutely. Apparently there's some football thing going on. Maybe Rishi hopes people will be affected by that. Oh, what? Yeah, exactly. Because the Colosseums will be open for the people to sit and entertain themselves and not pay attention because the great game of football is on and the great running around the track is on. The Colosseums are open for us plebs to stand there and watch the games and pay no attention to the shit that's going on. You literally, it's like a soap one. Medieval, you say, Riches for Bows is still allowed. At the moment, mate, they can't. No, yeah, that's right. They can't jail all of us. But the simple truth of the matter is, they take your taxes without you being giving you an option. Go and say, I'm not going to pay my taxes. You've got no choice. You've got no choice. Vast majority of people have been put in a position through economic reasons that they have to work. And if you have to work, you've got no choice. They take your taxes off you. This is what they've done. They've put us in a position. Why have they picked on small businesses? Because small businesses generate cash. Why have they stopped us being able to pay with cash? Pay attention. Everything has been leading to this point in time. We have been led down the garden path. They turned the heat up us as the frogs, and we're fucked. They've made the system so we can't get out of it. Let's hope they don't discover Mars. Hell, I love Mars. It would be full of immigrants. Well, they would be, wouldn't they? Except, of course, they wouldn't come on rubber dinghies. They come in rubber spaceships, allegedly. Well, past the Turkish barbers had a poster for a bread and circuses, except no one can afford the bread. Exactly. Wouldn't trust them, no, but they open loads of them, and they never seem to have many people in. So modern-day slavery. Yep. It's exactly what it is, mate. Neo-corporate feudalism. Yep. We all know something's coming. Something's not good. No, it isn't. Spoil your ballot. Yeah, we can do that, Michael. Welcome. But that'll mean nothing. They want you to do that. They want you to go out and spoil. Yeah. I mean, the only thing you can write on there is I do not consent, which actually has some power behind it. They'll probably ignore it. But the simple truth of the matter is, they know full well, and this is something else. We can go out and spoil our ballots. They don't care. They don't care. They know that the vast majority of people will not go out and vote. The only I couldn't think with his cash is that my local shop supports electric meters, only accepts cash. Funny that, isn't it? Not voting is as futile as voting. Exactly. We need to try and figure out what we're going to do, people. We really genuinely do, because we're in serious shit right now, and it's only going to get worse. So which worse do we take? I mean, if everybody goes out and votes reform, it's not going to make any difference, because a lot of people won't. We didn't ask for anything, Bad Wolf. All of the stuff that has happened to this Western world, none of us asked for, none of us voted for, but we're going to do it any case, because they don't give a shit about us. The one thing I do like about the American system is that you can put your own candidate on the paper. Yes, you can. Doesn't mean shit, though, does it? You can only get picked for 2. Exactly. We've never been asked. Ever. Worse, when they're all recruiting the police, give them tasers and force us to convert to Islam, my niece wouldn't take you. As the saying goes, when it comes to that, I will die standing up, but I will not live on my fucking knees. Not for no one. No way. And I write a name somewhere on the ballot. You can, but it's just a sport ballot, and it doesn't get counted. Because, funnily enough, they don't count that, because and they won't give you the figures about that. So, like choosing which bollock I'd rather get cancer in. Perfect analogy. Perfect analogy. Either way is going to get us killed. So this is the situation we now find ourselves in. On Independence Day, fucking taking the piss picking that day, we get to choose between a rock or a hard place, slow death or quick death. That's the choice we've got. That's the choice. In reality, ladies and gentlemen, that's the choice that we have. Don't believe we have another choice, because we don't. I generally know and said forced conversion. Surely, from believers' point of view, God will know how sincere you are. Well, we know that, don't we, Archer? Because I recently found Christianity again. Oh, saying that caused a load of hoo-ha in the comment section of some of my videos. Ridiculous. Tony Blair's just going to walk right back in, probably after Keir Starmer fails misery. No, 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 no. I'll tell you where Tony Blair's going to end up being. The head of the WEF when old Klaus fucking dies. Tony Blair's been groomed. That's his job. Tony Blair will be the head of the WEF. You mark my words. The voting legitimised the system. If there are more support ballots than any basic votes for any party, the basic wouldn't have a mandate. Means nothing. As I've said before, with the London mayor votes, when you add those who didn't actually bother to go out and vote, including those who did and spoilt their papers, plus the people who didn't actually vote for him, 82% of London didn't vote for the London mayor. Still in power, still there. Oh, Hod, not Tony, the devil. God, not Hod. We know, we got you there, Save. You spoil the ballot papers, they're not going to say anything. They'll just say it's a low turnout. And it will be a low turnout because, let's be honest, you're putting your hand on your heart. If somebody said to you now, if you give the option to stay at home and not vote, and it doesn't really matter and you don't care, it makes no difference. And that's why they've done what they've done. They've made it so you have this huge wave of apathy. This massive, what's the point? Fuck it. I can't be bothered. What's the point? They've done that. They've done it over the last 40 years. They've made it so we don't want to vote. So they can just sway it. I mean, the next thing is, when Labour get in, because at the moment it's a foregone conclusion pretty much, unless we all decide to do something about it. The first thing they'll do is they'll lower the voting age to 16. Then they'll lower the age of consent, because they will, because they're a bunch of dirty perverts. I did a video just come on the channel where Germany's basically practically legalised paedophilia. That's going to come. If I might say, slightly misquote President Bartley in the West Wing, why? Is it your faith? Yeah, indeed. Alex Jones had it all sussed. He did. And look how he got ridiculed. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of Alex Jones was a bit out there, even for me. But a lot of it, he was right. He was right. Yes, they do count spoiled ballots, but it means nothing. I'll just go, oh, there was 60. It doesn't make a difference to them. It genuinely doesn't. The problem is that they will just discount spoiled votes. I doubt if they, but they might do. They might say, well, oh, we had 3,000 spoiled votes and no one gives a fuck. Move on. As brutally honest as it is, they don't give a shit. Aliens did invade. Most people wouldn't care because they want the government to be demolished anyway. I mean, they'll come down, the aliens will land and say, take me to your leader. And they'll go, which fucker? Which one is he? In fact, could you tell us who our leaders are? And then we'll come and help you take them out because we don't want them. Or have you got room on your ship? Can you take me home? I'll even take as much anal probing as you can give me. As long as I ain't going to stay here on this fucking shithole. And what makes it worse is a lot of us have got kids. We got grandkids. And I'm scared. Not for me. I mean, I'm what? 56 years old. I ain't got much long time. And in any case, with what I've been saying recently, if Sharia Lil comes in, I'm a dead man in any case. But I worry about my kids. I worry about my grandkids. And I can't look them in the eye when they ask me, why didn't you do anything? Which is one of the reasons why my channel changed to talking about dumpster fire of a show called Doctor Who to this. Because at least they can see I tried to say, do something, anything, try and wake people up, try and get people to understand how seriously fucked we are. so much has happened within our lifetime than our parents' or grandparents' time. Exactly. I mean, 6th of June coming up very soon. 80 years since D-Day. What the fuck did they all die for? What the fuck did they die for? What did brothers and sisters I know went out to places die for? Why they come home, be betrayed by their own government, commit suicide? What was that for? Yeah, that's how I feel. We owe it to people our future effort. We let them know we become slaves. They will weep, wondering why we never tried. But the problem is now, we got to sort of, it's going to take a bit of time to look hard and deep into our souls. But we need to decide what we're going to do. And what makes it worse is it means we may have to bite the bullet. I don't know. Very little of it makes the world or this country a better place. We had our future 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Things were looking good for the human race. We were actually that far from actually fulfilling Martin Luther King's dream. And then the government realized that. The governments around the world realized that we would then realize that we're all brothers and sisters and we can all fight against them. So they created what we've got now. Largely, there's Doctor Who seemingly it's hopeless. It is completely waste. Spoil vote. They ignored Brexit. That was millions of votes because they learnt their lesson there, and that's why they'll never give us another choice ever again. They genuinely thought they were going to win that vote, just like they genuinely thought Rishi was going to win his vote. But unfortunately, us humans, us plebs, have a tendency to really piss them off, and now we're being punished for it. We never really left Europe. We have in all but name. Well, we have in nothing but name. We're screwed. Labour gets in, we'll be back in Europe. I guarantee you. Just look at how the entertainment media rewrites history. Our grandkids will never know till it was any different. Correct, 100%. This country, for thousands of years, was a pinnacle of greatness. We were the shining light. And don't get me wrong, we did some bad things as well. They don't like us. They don't want us. They want us dead. They don't care about us. They're only interested in their money. They just don't give a shit. And they've browbeaten us down to such a level, so badly, that most of us don't even want to fight anymore. These fellows are not human. They do not care about human life. I think David Icke was right about the lizard people. Wouldn't surprise me. I know, Brexit in name only, correct. Good evening, Paranormal Channel X. Welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, someone wake up King Arthur. We need a King Arthur. We need something. Excellent. Excellent. Then welcome to the line. This very, very thin line of people who are prepared to stand and fight. Because it's going to come to that. And as I said earlier, I will not live my life on my knees. I will die on my feet. Yeah, V was a documentary. Yeah, They Live was, yeah, exactly. They Live, great film. Isn't it funny how all these films that came out, like They Live and The Demolition Man, and all these other films that came out, we all went, oh, they're all spot on. They're all freaking right. I mean, George Orwell, we all thought he wrote a good story. No, he wrote an actual historical prediction and a blueprint for how they can screw us over. Yeah, we shall never surrender. They know this. That's why they've done what they've done to us. That is why Everything in the last, and I'll say it again, the last 40 years has slowly but steadily pushed us to the point that we're at right now when we are fucked. As a country, we are doomed. Whichever side we pick, we're finished. It's just at different speeds. This has gone beyond politics now. People have woken up, sadly, not enough, though. No. Correct. THX 1138, another prediction film. Let's be honest. Oh yeah, Full Brave New World, Demolition Man, Animal Farm. These were not, these were all supposed to be warnings, not guidebooks. The history that these left waffer lunatic mad bastards want to change and rewrite and destroy. We were supposed to learn from that, and we've learnt nothing. History repeats itself over and over again. We are in so dangerous times. What do we do? This is a conversation that we've got to have. Hello, Richard, and welcome. Trying to debate lefties is pointless. They simply don't live in reality, and they're out of exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what they're motivated for. That's all they care about. Then again, maybe we will get at least the politics of Starship Troopers. Maybe. Yeah. You know, just sitting here and talking to you few people. I know, and I know somebody goes, "Oh, no one wants to listen to your views. Your videos only get small amount of views." Yeah, but at least somebody listens. And if I can just change one mind, who can then go and change another mind? Maybe we could start something to wake people up even more. And at the end of this election, and once Labour do get in, unless we decide to do something about it, after the first year of them in power, a hell of a lot more people are going to wake up. It's going to be too fucking late. It's not quantity, it's quality. Exactly. I just thought that was quite a funny comment that someone said, no one cares. Only 343 people watched your video. Says it all. Said, how many have watched any of your non-existent videos, knobhead? I don't care. Even if I only talk to one person about this, it's one person. Then the fact that what should annoy people, which I think is what he was trying to get, is what should annoy people is the fact that people do want to watch, people do want to listen, that we are not on our own, we are not the minority, we are the mainstream voice. There are thousands, if not millions of us who think this way, but are, for whatever reason, and I get it, scared to say anything, scared to step up, scared to speak the truth, scared to actually point the people and go, look, what the fuck's going on? Only took a few hundred of us to conquer the world. There's something about the people this island that makes it special. And that's why they want us gone. That is why they've done what they've done. That's why they've done everything they can to destroy us. Because we are Armageddon as well. It feels like you're in birth pangs at the moment. We feel it coming. Absolutely. If you're going through hell, keep going. Absolutely. 334 is enough to form a core. 343 is enough to start a revolution. How many was it? Do you think Labour will open the borders to 100,000 people? Oh, no, they guarantee that, dude. 100%. Well, it was within the first couple of weeks. Yep, they think we'll be able to control them, idiots. Well, here's the way, the best way to demonstrate this absolutely perfectly is Labour imported the Muslim vote because the Muslims voted for Labour. And in this local election, because their Labour wouldn't do as they told, they didn't vote for them, they lost places. So they thought they imported their vote. They've imported their downfall. As I've said in previous videos, a few more videos coming out which say the same. You think you're helping. You think by your virtue signalling that you're making things better. You're bringing in our downfall. Whether you're doing it by accident to make yourself look good or on purpose, you are destroying this country and you do not give a shit. Thank you. Of course they will. They are now. They are now. They did it. The local elections showed them, which is why Labour have all gone, oh, you know, we'll do this, we'll do that. Because they're frightened because they're not getting the vote anymore. Same as the Gobster, red squirrel, gay squirrel. Yeah, exactly. Guys on the Mediterranean coast, could we arrange a swap? Take a lot of work, though, wouldn't it? A lot of repair work to do there. But at least our neighbours would be fairly tolerant, I guess. We're in trouble. I know I keep saying it, but what else can I say? I mean, I've got it's getting to the stage now where a lot of us who are saying these things feel like we're banging our head against a big wall and repeating ourselves over and over and over again. But it's true. We're in trouble. We really are. Hello, Sheila. C.S. Lewis created the wonderful character, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Aslam the Lion, which represented us. We were Great Britain against the evil abound. Aslam, dear Aslam. Amen. Amen. We should be making a mark now. Councillors, politicians, visiting all together. Cabal. Exactly. 100%. Everything's been done for a purpose. We were told that this thing is disgusting. It's the only country in the world where we're told that our national flag is something of shame. Fuck you. That was the first start. That was the start. Down the road, not far from where I live, Smallheath, there's Palestinian flags flying on all the posts. Fucking no one will do anything. I can't because I've said it on YouTube, and if anything happens now, I'm going to get blamed. But yeah, if we swapped our neighbours, we'd probably help rebuild us. Yep, absolutely. What I don't get is these Labour politicians have children who will inherit this hellish future on earth. How could they be so cold? Because they honestly believe that doing what they're doing is going to save them, is going to protect them. Because, oh, well, I said this and helped you. They don't care. This is how stupid they are, which is why I keep saying they think they're helping. They think they're protecting themselves. Anyone who goes, oh, you know, and licks up back to them, and all the Muslims, and if you think you, by doing what you're doing, is going to save you when they decide to come for you, you're in for a rude shock because you're going to be the first fuckers to go. You are useful idiots. Love your YouTube videos. Makes me not going insane. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Tony Blair will sit in the barren. Exactly. 100%. Laws only work if we follow them. Well, this is true. This is very true. Populist revolt will come when Charles and Camilla. Charles, that portrait of him in the devil. I mean, come on, let's be brutally honest. Look, I was a royalist. I love my queen. When she died, I did a video on it, and you'll actually see me growing. I was in tears when she died because that was when that's when our royal family died. He's not my king. He's the devil incarnate. He genuinely even has a portrait that basically says, "Look at me, I'm the devil." Fuck me, it was Ghostbusters 2, wasn't it? To quote the great Carl Benjamin, if you were a captive on a slave ship and you saw this flag on your ship, it meant freedom. It did. When this flag appeared, you knew you were going to be saved, or if you were a bad guy, you knew you were going to get fucked. Leftism is a sea of it. Yes, they are. They're all mentally insane. They really are. I think their plan was separate us from. They will live in gates of ULEZ communities while our towns will become like Mad Max. Exactly. They'll build their own little walled cities and leave us to fucking rot. As we've said many times, we are the carbon that they want to get rid of the most. And don't forget that when Labour come in, you think green taxes are bad now. Oh, they're going to fucking screw us over with green taxes. Kiss goodbye to your cars. Kiss goodbye to your freedoms. The rabbi was showing a newly released video from October the 7th featuring several Israeli women taken hostage. One of them had been a pro-Palestine supporter. She did not do well. No, because they don't. All these white people on these marches with the Free Palestine, you think you're doing it because, oh, it's the right thing to do and it's terrible. They are going to come for you. You are not going to be saved. They see you as kafar. They see you as the enemy. They don't care. They use you because you're an idiot, because you can't think for yourself. We had respect when when the Elizabeth was alive, the world respected us. They ain't give a shit about us now. They really don't. Evening Time Prophet. Both parties don't want us driving anymore. Of course, they don't want us driving. They don't want us driving. They don't want us flipping flying. They don't want us having a chat. They don't want us talking about things. They just don't. What they want us to do is be good slaves. But the best slave is not an Englishman, because Englishmen have a tendency not to do, well, British people in general, we don't like being told what the fuck to do. It really pisses us off. So what we do is we import a religion that will do as it's fucking told. It is replacement theory. For years we've been talking about replacement theory, and for years you're racist bigot. That's what they're doing. They're importing people. Muslims do as they're told. If an imam says do this, they do that. Whereas we go, what the fuck? What are we doing now? That's why they don't want us. I'll tell you, yes, they're always saying humans are causing the problems. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they do, and they don't even hide it now. They make it blatantly obvious they hate us. Our police hate us. Everybody hates us. Maybe she took the lead since they're so virtuous. Oh, well, yeah, wait till the time comes. They don't want owning property anymore either. No. I mean, Angela, I fiddled the tax thing. It all went quiet because no one gives a shit anymore. Yeah. We came out and said, we're going to build loads of Milton Keynes style cities. They're not going to be for you and us, guys and girls. Not for us. They'll be for the immigration units. Take us over. Britain's never, never, never. Yeah. Does anyone else sometimes you want to say fuck it and just jump ship and leave the UK? Go where? Go where? There is nowhere else. It's as bad as it everywhere else. Where would you go? I'm 32. Do not fancy a future in the UK given the direction it's going. A lot of us don't. But where are you going to go? This is the thing. It's as bad as it everywhere else. Labour imports the Muslims to get the vote. It's turned against them. Of course it will. Because Muslims use you. They will use anyone and anything to get what they want. And once they get into position, they've got it. You're over. You're done. You're finished. Charles likes to be worshipped. He's WF. He's the devil. KGB defector. Yeah, war in America. I'm getting, yes. China. UK is bad, but other countries are worse. It's happening all over the world. It is. Anywhere it's Western, we're fucked. All done on purpose, of course. And of course, if you want to move, by the time you get around to that hour, you won't be able to fly. We got nowhere to go. Exactly. We are now backed into a corner. So what are we going to do now? We live here. I'm not going anywhere. No, I'll die here. I'll die under that. Genuinely. I'll probably end up dying on my doorstep protecting my family. If that's what I have to do. But I'll die with that flying above my head. Because somebody, well, we know. Look, that's the most one that, it's family, country, God. In that order now. I wish I had the money. I'd do it in a trice. Yeah, well, that's why you're being controlled with your money. Making sure that you're poor so you can't afford to go anywhere. So you can't afford to move. So you can't afford to run away. It's a calculator. I think it's about Labour vote not coming out, but then there are places reform that are ready, oven ready in 6. It's not a calculated risk. He knows something's up. Something's coming. Something's definitely coming. There's talk of civil war starting in Sweden. Will be next. Yeah, Sweden's right on literally on the edge. You only need one more spark and that place is going to blow up. Really is badly. I seriously like to ask Labour what they'll take us back into union to bed so hundreds of people climbing to support. Well, somebody quite real. I can't remember who said it. Said, well, what they'll do is they'll build a bridge. So they could just walk over. Hold on a second. I think my little one's here. Yes. In a bit. I'm just going to wrap it up now. All right. Yeah, there's my daughter, that one, my little one. That's what I do this for. A business can only survive with us as customers. Well, yeah. Slave customers, though, do as they're told. 5 plus 5 equals 6. Absolutely. We aren't outnumbered, just divided. That's what we are. That's why Paul Thorpe's thing about Unite UK is the thing that we need to do. They want us divided. They want us arguing amongst ourselves. They will do anything and everything they can. We need to unite behind that flag. We need to come together. Put aside your stupid little differences. Come together. We need to come together. Put the petty shit to one side. I don't care the colour of your skin, sexuality. I don't care. As long as you love that thing, that is now all that should matter. We must come together. We must unite UK peacefully. Of course, peacefully. But the simple truth of the matter is, sooner or later, if we don't do something together, it is going to be the end of it. France is sick of it too. Yeah, well, France is just ripping money off us. Cheers, sure. God bless. God bless to you, sir. I think England will be the first country to fall, followed by Sweden, then Germany. As I said, I've got a video coming up. I mean, I had a friend of mine in tears yesterday because he was at a protest in Dublin and the shit that went down there. See, again, the Irish, they're fighting back. And people go, oh, yeah, and they're bloody Irish. No, they're brothers and sisters. They're in the same fucking fight that we're in. They're doing it for their flag. We are united. We just haven't met yet. Agreed. But according to Fallout TV, the ultimate capital is to destroy everything except the company. Well, yeah. The end of that was very prophetic. Another show that's spot on. It will be. Because my wife says, oh, why would they want nuclear war? Because they want to survive. Fallout showed you why. As long as they survive, they don't give a fuck about us. The channel is better than BBC, better value. Absolutely. No worries. One day the Muslim army will take over. Unless we stand firm, unless we stand strong, time is coming. We've got to. Thank you, Helen. And hello. Ireland is all having it hard. It is. It really is really bad. So I'm going to do a video which will be up hopefully in the next couple of days. It's terrible over there. If reincarnation is a thing, most probably would be born as Muslim. We were here. Yep, they did, and that I've done a video. It's on the channel. It's called "Germany Abandons Its Children." They practically have legalized paedophilia because it's a bit like here, where we can't deal with shoplifting, so we'll just decriminalize shoplifting. We won't make it as bad because that way we ain't got to worry about it. Well, in Germany, they've done that with paedophilia. Yeah, owning child porn pictures is now a misdemeanor, not an actual crime. Coming to us soon. Unfortunately, a lot of ex have been brainwashed to hate this country, including the youth. Absolutely 100% true. 100% true. And hello, Hannah. At least Ireland's giving it back, though. They're trying. They're fighting really hard. And they need our support. They genuinely do. Not many people. Good night, Richard. Thanks for popping in. Have a good one, my friend. Have a good one. They always spent hundreds of years fighting over religion. Now they have something to really to fight for. And the best thing is, those people who represented them, Sinn Féin, are the ones that are selling them down the river. You couldn't fucking make it up. But it just proves everything's done for a reason. Next general election, we'll need to get a detailed analysis on each candidate, every constituent. So one of us to back one candidate and together our constituent. We've got to do something. We really have. And I think we're going to have a few more of these streams where I'm going to be talking about what we can do. Sadly, it is true. There is one way we can make a big difference. We need to do our checklist of each candidate questions and publish the results. Yeah, well, something's got to be done. Dark Rose by the late Mike Llewellyn Wood about Palestine takeover Ireland with Brits helping their fight back. Yes, very true. Very true. Any case, been on this for an hour and 20 minutes. The kids need to see me because this is why I do it for them. It's not for me. It's for them. Because I want to be able to look in their eyes and say, your dad tried. I'm sorry, but I did try. You have all been absolutely amazing. Absolutely stunning as always. Thank you so much for watching. I've got to bring it to a close. I could talk about this, but we will be talking about this more often. We need to discuss options and what we can do. But I'll bring it to a close by make sure that you go and have a look at what Paul Thorpe's doing on his channel and Unite UK. Yeah, so the news they're trying to normalise it. They have normalised it. Watch my video. There's a video I did just recently on my channel. You watch that video, detailed. I read through it and explain. Well, we're outnumbered if they take to the streets. No, we're not. We're not. That's what they want you to think. Muslims make up 11% of this country. That's 90, a lot, 90, over 90, what, 90, 89% of us. They declare war directly after the election. I'm not going to be shocked. I see them announcing Rishi doesn't want to be a wartime leader, apparently. Correct. I covered that right at the beginning. We have to show we need builders, etc. clues. Look up exactly, agreed. We are the majority by a massive amount. We could change anything if we wanted to. If we hadn't had it knocked out of us. Time to flip over Chinka's channel bar up there here. Good night, Archer. Thanks for seeing us. No farmers, no food, no future. Amen to that, sister. Amen to that. Dash good. Amen. Start farming your gardens now if you have one. Yeah, because that's the only way we're going to secure our food. Ex-paras, ex-army, ex-TMSO. Mom, let's get on with it. Right then, I've got to bring it to a close, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Yep. You're welcome. Let's stick together. Let's see what we can do. Amen, brother. Amen, sister. We need to come together. We need to fight through. This will be the first of many streams where we talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. We really need to go for it. Really, really need to step up. We need to make a concerted effort to decide what the hell we're all going to do, because we can't let this country fall. Unite UK is the way to go. Those of you who can get down on the 1st of June into London, please do so. As I said, unfortunately, I can't, as much as it breaks my heart, because I'd love to be there and to see people. Is that true? It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's have a look. So it's breaking news, is it? Let's have a look. The Tonys took over. Oh, problem is, of course, Steve, it's going to be all full of election shit. Let's have a look if I can get it up. Except all. I can't see anything in any case, but in any case, enough of that, because I've got to get going. I know what they're saying, 450 notes, exactly. Oh, yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, you've all been awesome, as always. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this show, this stream. Stick together, and I will look forward to catch you in the next one. Thank you so much. Good night, and we shall never surrender.